Alright, so I am here to bring you a brief guide to the Dragoon rotation in Final Fantasy XIV. This rotation is a little bit simpler in Monk, than Monk, I should say, in that it involves a bit less movement. However, the rotations themselves are pretty simple. So you've got 3 primary combos. You've got the True Thrust, Vorpal Thrust, Full Thrust combo, which can be used from anywhere. You have the Impulse Drive combo, which needs to be initiated from behind. And then the next 2 parts, Diembowel, Chaos Thrust, can be done anywhere, but it's important to note that it will not chain unless started from behind. And then you have the Heavy Thrust combo. The Heavy Thrust combo can chain into Ring of Thorns, which is your jumping AoE and it increases the potency of it. That is only worth using if there's more than 1 target to hit with it, otherwise you just kind of ignore that. Outside of the dot in the Impulse Drive combo, you do have 1 additional dot called Phlebotomize. It's generally a good idea to do that right after the Heavy Thrust combo. Other than that, you have jumps that you weave in off the global cooldown, and that macro that I have there for jump just macros in Power Surge. So what it looks like is, oops, that's not what I was looking for at all. Right there, you go AC Power Surge me, AC Jump Target, and the macro icon command makes it show the cooldown of jump as opposed to just being a button that doesn't show the cooldown, which is nice. You also have Leg Sweep, which if the fight is either unstunnable or does not require timed stuns, you can use on cooldown for an additional 130 potency off the global cooldown. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys the rotation for Dragoon, including where you weave in your special abilities here. It's important to note here that you do not want your dots to clip under any circumstance. This is going to be a huge loss in your damage per second. As you can see, I just rotate through those combos, and I make sure that I don't kill my dots, and keep uptime on the Heavy Thrust buff. It's not a very difficult rotation by any means. It's probably one of the easier ones out there, to be perfectly honest, and it doesn't require a lot of quick thinking to be able to execute this rotation at a high level. Dragoon is definitely pretty popular in terms of its playability. It's definitely an entry-level melee class, and it's not too intimidating to get into. The rotation's not hard. Its damage isn't quite on the tier of Monk, but it is a little bit more accessible, so it's not quite as difficult to play in terms of the skill cap and the situational awareness that you need to play the job. So it's definitely one of the go-tos, and it puts up great numbers considering what you need to do to play it, which is not a whole lot. Dragoon is probably the best burst damage in the game right now, bar none. It's really, really potent in that category. It does get pretty TP starved over time if you're doing a perfect rotation with your dots. As you can notice, they take quite a bit of TP. So you may need Mana Song from your Bard on occasion, but the benefit here over Monk is that you don't actually need to worry about how quick you're running out of TP on your skill speed, because you are regenerating TP at a much more rapid rate than Monk with Invigorate, and you also have the benefit of not reducing your global cooldown. So while that may seem like a detriment, and you might be like, hey, why the hell are you saying it's not a benefit? And that's because monks execute so many more skills in such a short time frame that they inevitably will consume more TP than a Dragoon on average. Not too hard to do there. So this rotation's pretty simple. Definitely one of the easier ones to work with, and I hope this video has helped some people out with getting to know Dragoon.